Now that's a fucking view. Imagine falling off those bloody cliffs, eh? Jeez, oh. Seat of power. It's all about power. It's about the strength.
Ambassador Spock, Captain Solano, welcome to Hotari.
Oh.
We are honored you have come. My name is Tylos Altaris, Minister of Diplomatic Affairs.
The honor is ours, and this is Commander Jara, first officer aboard the USS Resolute.
Hello.
You'll find she has a keen mind and unique insight into the dynamics between the Hotari and the Illydians.
It's very nice to meet you.
Let's
Likewise,
keep it.
I
Let's
hope
keep it
These
quick.
must
So
be the representatives of the mighty Federation, the reigning authority in the galaxy, or so we've been led to believe. Whether that's true or not remains to be seen. But either way, we're grateful you've made the time to come to our little corner of the universe.
And you are?
This is Galvin, and this is Citron, the heroes of the revolt in the mines.
okay. He's looks like he's been through the times there. Interesting.
Let's hope this is the last time we ever have to come here.
If you'll
Not very
excuse
respectful, is it? Not very respectful, are they?
I think we're about to begin.
Did you
Okay.
hear the arrogance from that guy?
Oh, why? 100%.
I don't know what we're walking into here.
Don't
That
underestimate
guy
him.
was something.
Let's keep open mind.
That may be true. But let's keep an open mind going into the negotiations. Hopefully he's just one voice amongst many.
Then let's hope he's the outlier.
The Hotari have invited us as
You
their
realize the biggest
guests,
prick.
so we must show them the proper respect.
Indeed. There we go. So we're getting a bit somewhere with this. So how's this speech going to go, I wonder? Notice that she's the leader. Greetings from Ambassador Spock. I think it's logical to conclude that we are at war and peace. I don't know. Captain String Guts. Show strength. I don't know. Maybe I should have shown.
Ambassador Spock, welcome to Hotari Prime.
The honor is mine, Your Majesty.
That the Federation would send one of their most respected representatives is not only an honor to the Hotari people and their queen, but a recognition of our stature and importance.
Let's get on with it, shall we? With all due respect to the Federation and their ambassador, they have no authority here. We are not members of their alliance. We are not subject to their rule, nor yours. We demand the immediate return of all mining operations to Illydian control, as it has been for centuries and will be for centuries more.
Well, I think they should be treated
That has
equally.
always been our understanding.
That understanding has changed.
Then you invite war.
And if you cannot remain silent, you will be silenced.
Ha!
But his point is well taken. What is the Federation's interest in this matter? Perhaps you would have us trade one oppressor for another?
The Federation remains neutral. Our only interest is the peaceful resolution of this conflict. We are here at your request, Your Majesty.
For now.
True.
I'm
True.
trying to keep an open mind here, but it's not easy. I thought they wanted us here.
We're not liked. We're not liked.
Was there something you wanted to say, Captain?
Oh, no. My apologies.
And what about the Kobliad?
She's not
She
part
can
of...
speak for herself, can't she?
Whoa.
Then let her.
Oh shit. Oh walls. Here we go. What am I gonna say?
Now then, one should know their place. What you might be somewhere else is not what you are here. Which is standing before a queen. And a queen deserves respect. A bow is not too much to ask. Is Hotari Prime, heart of the Hotari System.
My name is Commander Jara, Your Majesty. I prefer to be called by my name, not my species.
Then I suppose that makes us even. Commander Rydek. You are Kobliad. Your people suffered brutal treatment at the hands of the Cardassians.
Cardassians! Not the Kardashians, remember?
The Kobliad is as unimaginable as it is unforgivable. Not unlike how we have been treated by the Alidians.
As much as they'd have you believe they are the victims here, remember it was the Hotari who attacked us. Hundreds of innocent Alidians were slaughtered without mercy in those mines.
The blood is on their hands, not ours.
Quiet!
Yeah, do your place.
If after all the Kobliad suffered, you finally had the chance to right that wrong, to get out from under their control, would you take it? Or would you negotiate a peace?
I would right the wrong. I can speculate. I can't. I will say I would right the wrong in a way.
If the opportunity presented itself, and I wish that it had.
Be honest. Be candid, I
more
think.
than
Is
you
probably...
can know, then I would right the wrong without hesitation. For the sake of the Kobliad, we suffered enough.
Of course you would. It would be foolish to do otherwise. The Federation is the most powerful, most advanced alliance in the galaxy. It's widely known we have an abundance of dilithium in our mines. And it's in your interest to secure a steady supply.
Your Majesty, if I may.
Ambassador Spock would have us believe you're here as a neutral party in the interest of peace. So why are you really here? I want the truth, not your Federation rhetoric.
Dilithium is a factor.
It's possible the Federation has an interest in both peace and securing a steady source of dilithium. One does not preclude or prevent the other. But that's just my personal opinion.
Given the Federation has done business with the Alidians for decades, I would agree. It's entirely possible, if not highly likely.
What they haven't said, but cannot deny, is a simple truth. The dilithium trade would not and will no longer exist without Alidian involvement. We created it for the benefit of everyone, especially the Hotari. We've given them warp technology. We've let them share in the profits. We've made their lives infinitely better than before dilithium was discovered.
Okay,
All
but...
that goes away if the Federation turns a blind eye to their treachery.
That is enough of your lies! The Hotari are quite capable of running the mines. We've done so for centuries.
Oh.
So tell me, who deserves control of the dilithium trade and the mines on Tau? Who should the Federation recognize? The Hotari or the Alidians? Can only be one or the other, not both.
If
I don't know.
I have to choose only one, then it would have to be the Hotari.
Well said. How could the just and wise Federation make any other choice?
This is an outrage. The Federation has lost all credibility.
Mines are ours. Lydia will not be deterred.
Oh boy.
We take back our minds by any means necessary.
Then you will see more blood spilled.
I am more than willing to address your concerns, Your Majesty. Yours is
I know I did not.
But I suggest we could have a more productive conversation with a smaller group. Perhaps only the most essential representatives.
Oh boy, I made it shit tons worse, but...
I suppose there is some sense to that.
I mean, they have been oppressed. Spock's probably not gonna...
Again, Jara Ride.
Captain's not gonna be happy with my responses. I didn't have I will have to turn and go, I did not have much choice. I didn't have much choice. I was stuck in the two.
Spock and I will cover everything on the diplomatic front. You make nice with the locals and see if you can get some answers. We need to find out why the Hotari are so willing to risk war. What happened in those mines?
Exactly. That's the problem, that we don't know anything about what's been happening in that mines. And why are they so quick to jump into that situation? Like, I don't know, like I said, I fought Jara before one other person when she was being questioned about Hotari. So Spock thinks I did okay. Fought Jara, handled the complex issue as well as could be expected when the Hotari Queen put her on the spot at Queen's Chamber. Yeah, a lot of the crew, pardon me, do not... I mean, I think I've done okay in terms of how I'm behaving at the minute. I don't know if there's a certain why I can see if I'm doing good or bad with these people. But, for those just jumping in, hello and welcome. I am the Blue Streak Spider 34. Vulcan peace signs and all. I hope you guys are having a great start to your week. And like I says, I know we haven't done any shout outs or nothing yet, but I will get that sorted out. Let's throw that into the actual chat now. But I hope you guys have been enjoying this exciting game known as Star Trek Resurgence. I sure have personally myself. But I'm gonna do a wee shout out to Spider Chad, and I'm going to give Crisp Carp a wee shout out too, because I couldn't do it while I was doing a bit of the scenario there. But I hope you guys have had a good weekend and a good chilled one. And of course, like I says, do not forget, guys, that we do have... Oh, it's streamers are... No, I'm just doing shout outs and stuff because I was just kind of like sorting out stuff I got in general. I haven't really done much chatting and stuff in general. But like I says, it's to provide you guys with all the details, because on tomorrow, technically, we're doing the birthday stream. So if you want to catch up with that, it will be round about the 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock time, UK time. And we're going to be doing a list of games. I'm going to be playing a game with Hidden Bex. I'm going to be playing a game possibly with a few other people within the Discord, which I'm going to provide the link to the Blue Sticks web Discord server, where if you do gaming yourself and you want to keep up to date with games that are available to buy or they're actually on offer, you can find them via there, along with, if you want to keep up to date other than the Twitch here and the Discord, we do have a Facebook known as the Blue Streak Spider 34 on Facebook, where any notifications and any news, upcoming stuff, particularly for the YouTube channel, it is available there. And don't forget, we also have Biome in that side of the corner in the chat there. We have the Blue Streaks 34 web space known where all my playthroughs, all my stuff in IRL, cosplay related and all that is there at the link there below. Don't you guys worry about that. But as I said, we'll just kind of let you guys get all the notifications and all the alerts, because otherwise I'd forget. But I think I'll do another hour of this. We'll do a little bit more. We're going to find out a little bit more, and then once that's sorted, we will wrap up this one for the night, so I get a little bit of time to decompress, make sure everything's ready for tomorrow. I've got to decorate a bit, odds and end. But there we go. We will continue from where we from what we've discussed. Let's get back into it. So, as they say, make it so. So we can have a wee look and see if we can talk to anybody, see what we can find out, because the delegation did not go very well. Appreciate the water.
Soothing.
Soothing. Because I get that the miners they are getting a bit taking the piss out of a bit.
The Hotari are so tough.
Granted that they're getting the help with the mining, but there could be a way to get equability rights to a lot more respect as well.
I'm glad you've chosen to side with the Hotari. I knew the Federation would see through the Illidians' baseless claims and protect the interests of my
The Aladarians aren't going away. Yeah, the Aladarians aren't going away.
Even though the Hotari should have control of the mines, some of the Illidian claims are still valid.
There you're wrong, but we can agree to disagree.
Like I said,
I
we did.
assume you were there the day the mines were seized from the Illidians.
Not seized, reclaimed, and restored to their rightful owners. Yes, I was there. We had to be decisive, before the Illidians could even realize their worst nightmares upon them.
You were armed?
Were the Hotari miners armed during the revolt? I'm just trying to understand how it happened.
If by that you mean armed with centuries of abuse and exploitation at the hands of the Illidians, then yes.
Which doesn't really answer my question.
No, it doesn't.
We had them vastly overwhelmed from the start. They respect one thing above all else, and that is force. The greater the force, the more certain the outcome. Any talk of making peace is just that, and worth little without the strength to secure it. Which makes me wonder about your ship, the Resolute. Undoubtedly the Federation's finest warship. Ready to contend with anything the Illidians might have in store. Or is that not true? Maybe I've misjudged it.
The Resolute can hold its own.
I wouldn't say state-of-the-art, but the Resolute is plenty capable and can hold its own against just about anything.
Let's hope so. Because at the moment, it's the only thing preventing them from wiping us off the map.
Since he respected strength...
Sidron.
A pleasure meeting you, Commander. I'm sure we'll cross paths again.
I truly thought, because since he was talking about strength and stuff, it did seem, if I said the science vessel part, he would have really been more like, you know, I'm just... It's a very weak thing to say, doesn't it? So it's what kind of prompted me.
I'm probably not telling you anything you don't already know, but these negotiations rely on the Federation's neutrality, as does any hope you might have for a supply of dilithium in the future. So why you would choose to side with the Hotari escapes me. Without Illidian involvement, there is no dilithium trade. But clearly you weren't aware.
The Hotari do deserve some control, a wee
Tau
bit.
and the mines belong to the Hotari. They deserve to have control.
You overestimate their ability to run the mining operation. They have no idea what they're doing. Major Solid Arminta, Special Attaché, Illidian Armed Forces. Pleasure to meet you, Commander. I have my issues with the Hotari, but I have to give them some credit. They know how to seize an opportunity.
Okay.
Inciting an uprising the same day as a massive, once-in-a-lifetime ion storm.
Our assumption was that this storm was just an anomaly.
Yeah.
Yes, a very convenient anomaly. At least that was
possibly
what we were
generated?
told. Of course, I wasn't there. But who am I to say otherwise?
I don't buy it. So,
You should know better than to believe everything you're told.
Well, the official story is that it was the storm that enabled the revolt. How else do a bunch of unarmed, unorganized miners seize control of an entire moon, much less thousands of mines? But I've talked to people who were there. They tell a different story.
So I might be able to get a bit more
They
out of
say
them.
they're lucky to have escaped with their lives. That it was more than just the storm. That somehow the miners were able to harness the energy from the storm.
Oh,
I know
okay.
it sounds crazy. I'm not even sure I believe it myself. But
You
that's what they said.
You said that they were primitive. Yeah.
You said the Hotari were primitive,
Well, they are.
except for the part about weaponizing ion storms.
Doesn't fit the bill. Does it?
If you'll excuse me, Commander Ryder.
Commander, if I could have a quick word with you.
Of course.
Of course.
I'm encouraged to see the Federation supporting my people. I'm afraid of what might happen without your help.
Thank Ambassador
If
Spock, I
anyone
would.
deserves thanks, it's Ambassador Spock. No one is more invested in negotiating a peaceful settlement to this conflict than he is.
I'm so glad. We need his help before the situation escalates further than it already has. It's been very trying.
I can imagine.
I saw you speaking with the Illidian. I'm sure they're painting themselves as the victims.
The Illidians are under the impression the Hotari are somehow the cause of the ion storm.
Which I'm sure they attribute to our lack of experience or sheer inferiority. But we are as much the victims of this horrific storm as they are.
Well, they did kind of rule
For the
that,
first
didn't
time
they?
in our history, the Hotari have the upper hand. We see ourselves as strong instead of downtrodden. New voices have risen up. Old voices shouted down. Galvin and Sidron have become national heroes. Now,
That's
they have the
really-
Queen's ear.
Yeah.
Better or worse, depending on your perspective.
They're against peace? That they took your place.
I assume they've taken your place.
I was one of the Queen's most trusted advisors. And I hope to prove myself worthy of being so again. Which is why you're here. My fear has been that the Illidians will launch an attack and crush us. You've seen their starship, no doubt. They could have retaken the mines whenever they wanted to. But it never happened.
But it makes us wonder
And
why.
as strange as this may sound, I'd almost say they're afraid. I just don't know what they're afraid of. It's still the same bluster and bravado you would expect from them. But it has no teeth. Like they're afraid of what might happen.
Ion Storm,
Do you
I
think
think
it has
it's...
something to do with the ion storm? Right now, it's stronger than ever, isn't it?
It's entirely possible. I'm not a scientist, but I do know the storm has knocked out all kinds of systems. So maybe the Illidians weren't willing to risk their ships, given all the interference.
Yeah.
Since the day of the revolt, Galvin has seized control of the mines and restricted all access. No one's allowed without his personal authorization. And they've taken over a section of the palace with just as much secrecy and security.
Something
I'm told
going
it
on
could
from
be something
within,
they brought back
yeah.
from the mines.
She's curious.
Inquiries, but everyone pretends it doesn't exist. I strongly suspect they're hiding something.
What is it? What is it? We want to know.
I've heard rumors it's some sort of ancient artifact, but I haven't seen it myself.
How can we know?
I'd better see what's happening.
She
Do you
seems
think you
very...
can find out what they're hiding? I need to see proof of something before I can make my case to the Federation.
I can try, but even if I found it, I might not know what to make of it.
We're willing to help. I would say that she's willing to help.
You can use it to capture whatever you find, and then send it to me.
Thank you. I will let
I
you
think
know
we just
what
made
I
a
find,
friend.
And I look forward to our meeting again.
I think we've made a friend. Or your friends, Captain Solano. I would like to see the rest of the area first.
They seem proud of their culture. Pride can lead to rash action.
The keys are the way this way. For a jog. Going for a jaunt. Let's go jog this. Oh wait, I don't have a phaser. They're like, "Wah, wah, 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 wah." So they're all annoyed.
Well, that was a disaster.
What happened?
The Hotari refused to concede anything, so the Elydians stormed out.
Yeah,
The
so how's this
Hotari
gonna...
did not invite us here as peacekeepers. I hope your efforts were more fruitful than ours.
Yeah. And they're whispering in the background going, you know. And here's the simulation, they're showing, okay.
Gravitational harmonics failing to resolve. Warp bubble stability degrading. Increase output to maximum.
Increase warp output.
Increasing warp output to maximum.
It's happening again.
It is evident that presently the Resolute cannot achieve warp propulsion.
Since our diagnostics rule out any problems with our warp systems or anything about the ship, the problem appears to be the fabric of space itself.
Space itself?
Space!
Saying something about this region of space prevents warp travel?
Prevents it, or can't sustain it.
However improbable, that appears to be the case.
Maybe the
We need to know
storm.
more.
I think it's maybe the storm.
Extended stay in the Hotari system.
The storm didn't stop us from leaving space dock and traveling here. But could it still be causing this interference with warp travel?
We must follow sound investigatory principles. Do not let an assumed conclusion drive your analysis.
Sometimes we need a little inspired thinking, Mr. Chovak.
Yeah.
Captain Solano is on his way back from the negotiations, and I want to have some answers for him when he gets here.
Indeed. Given the facts at hand, we may be able to deploy subspace probes around the ship to construct a clear picture of the phenomenon.
Around the ship. I'll prep a shuttle.
Cool, we're gonna get to fly a shuttle! The scientific methods! Cool! Get to be out in space. Actually flying a shuttle now. Isn't that cool? With the Resolute. See, I don't think I would mind.
At a distance roughly corresponding to the edge of our warp field. When we get there, I'll deploy the first probe.
But backwards, use turn. Alt strafe. Okay, we'll shoot for the. Okay, let's keep the shuttle.
Commander Westbrook, the Resolute systems are calibrated to receive the probe's readings.
Okay, let's go.
Standing by to reproduce the warp field collapse after the first probe is deployed.
Fly nice and smooth.
We'll be in position shortly.
And, Mr. Diaz, do take care in piloting the shuttlecraft. Now is not the time
Yeah.
to indulge in the human penchant for joyriding.
What? Joyriding. Well, look.
Chovak probably isn't such a fun guy to work for, huh?
Not really. Yeah. I don't take it personally.
I just don't take it personally. At least I try not to.
That's a very mature answer. Shows a positive attitude on your part. Remind me of it when I start complaining to you about the ship's new first officer.
He's still being a dick about it. Perfectly. You're flying quite well, actually. Okay. Keep ourselves.
This is far enough.
Transport the first probe.
Transporting the first probe into position.
The ones I helped move at the very start of the goddamn mission.
Westbrook here. The first probe is deployed.
Understood. We are reading it. We are about to replay the simulation.
Problem?
I'm just not getting any traction with her. Commander Rydek. She rejected my plan to use a deflector pulse against the storm surge.
Oh, you still on about that, bro?
When you were out on the hull and I was trying to make it safer for you. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with the new XO. I'm sure she's a fine officer, even if we don't see eye to eye. But she didn't go through what the rest of us did. You know that. And it's hard to figure out why she'd be the one Solano chose instead of...
You should give her a chance.
I've heard some good things. You should at least give her a chance.
I'll take that under advisement.
You should.
Test is running. Warp field collapse in 3, 2, 1, mark.
Whoa, what the fuck was that?
All right, that is definitely a problem with the fabric of space. We need to get another probe out there.
Go for a little jaunt.
With 2 points of data, the Resolute and the probe, we've managed to get an interference pattern. I'm setting a waypoint to a particularly strong area of interference. We'll deploy the second probe there.
Okay. Just be careful. I need to be careful.
Listen, I'm gonna give you a piece of advice I wish someone had given me. Make sure you're never just one thing. And don't get so focused on what's in front of your face that you lose sight of the big picture.
Mm-hmm.
Before Rydex showed up, the captain pulled me into his ready room and told me he didn't think I had the people skills to be first officer.
You don't.
What a load of crap. I mean, if he'd said
Sounds
that,
like politics.
Sure.
Is that why you're being so friendly to me? Politics?
That would be clever, but I think you give me more credit than the captain does. You're all right, Diaz. And you've got potential. You're a capable engineer. You're good in the field.
Cool.
Keep up the good
It's
work.
nice.
And who knows? Solid jack of all departments like you could be commander-in-chief of Starfleet one day. Hell, Admiral Jellicoe started as a shuttle pilot. And there are places to go in the enlisted ranks, too.
Not a bad idea.
I'd be the best leader Starfleet ever had. Lower decks always have to fix all the problems command causes. Maybe I'd just save everybody some steps.
Well, don't forget about us little people when you're running things.
Of course not. You gotta remember where you came from.
Oh, yeah. See, he likes me a little bit for saying that, I guess. We've got some more asteroids on the horizon. Like how the shuttle is, it is testing me because I have to move a little bit to keep it in course, so that's nice. It's a nice little touch.
This is close enough. Stop the engines.
I'll be 545 platinum bars steps.
Deploying the probe. Westbrook to Commander Chovak. We're ready for another sampling of data.
Very good. Running the simulation again. Warp field collapse in 3, 2, 1. Mark.
Oh.
There it is again.
I saw it. It seems to be directional.
Well, what about the scans? Anything?
Here's the readings in relation to our local space. We've got the Resolute, Hotari Prime, and the probes.
All this interference is overloading the sensor buffers. We're gonna have to triangulate the sensors manually.
On times. So we have to do... We'll do the Resolute. Look, there's one.
We got something.
These markers indicate peaks in the gravimetric interference patterns.
Let's see if I can find some more.
There's nothing in that one. There's another one. Another one. So there's a set all the way.
This is coming from the moon.
A beam that blocks warp
Come
travel.
on!
Aimed right at us.
Someone is doing this intentionally. I don't know how they're doing it. This is like nothing I've ever seen.
Why would they do that? Yeah, let's not get too... Why would not go too aggressive?
People. And now we're getting hit by some warp-killing weapon?
Now, look here. It's current readings of the ion storm.
These concentrations, they line up with the interference pattern. The storm and this beam, they're coming from the same place.
Carter,
it's not.
Whatever petty local conflict brought us here.
That's not the whole story.
It's part of something much bigger.
Uh-oh.
Presently, we don't have an explanation for how they're doing this. One thing is clear. This is no fluke.
Thank you, Mr. Westbrook.
want a full briefing when I'm back on board. Solano out. A targeted weapon that inhibits warp travel. Coming from the moon Tau.
That would explain the difficulties my shuttle encountered. More importantly, the tenor of the Hotari during the negotiations.
Yeah, the way they've been behaving.
I thought the Illydians would be the problem. Coming to peace talks in a warship. This wasn't supposed to be so complicated.
The Illydians knew something was off. Yeah, the Illydians knew something was off.
For all their posturing, every indication is that the Illydians are afraid of the Hotari. They didn't bring their warship as a threat. They brought it because they're scared.
From everything we witnessed, I would say that is highly likely.
But what are they afraid of?
Tylus, the Hotari representative, said she thought they found something in the mines. Galvin and Sidron brought it back to the palace, but they're keeping it under tight security. She's going to investigate it. I gave her my tricorder. I expect she'll contact us soon.
You found an ally.
I did.
Why would Tylus help us? Go behind her people's back? It's a fair question.
She trusts. I say she trusts me. I would say.
Them, she's the one who seemed to genuinely appreciate that the Federation was involved. She believes in us. And I think we can believe in her.
Yeah.
That may be true.
She's certainly more likely to help than the other Hotari we've met.
That raises another question. Specifically, what do the other Hotari have to gain in bringing us here, only to make this hostile maneuver against us? There must be some motivation.
Unless they changed their minds between when they asked and when we got here.
To learn more about
Sidron
us.
was very curious when we spoke outside the Queen's chamber. He wanted to know all about us, our ship, the Federation. He wasn't giving any answers. He was looking for them.
Well, I'm sure you didn't tell him too much. I don't think the Illydians know what's really down on that moon either.
Major Armentis said the revolt defied explanation. That the Hotari miners somehow harnessed the energy of the storm.
That's right.
Harness the energy of the storm.
Doing that is beyond even our capabilities.
So
Maybe
is a
they're
weapon
like,
that disrupts warp travel.
There have been civilizations and entities, both past and present, far more technologically advanced than the Federation.
The Illydians and Hotari don't
species
fall into that category.
Could be taking over their bodies, maybe? Who knows?
Further.
Could it be...
Commander Rydek, sorry to interrupt. We've received an urgent call from Hotari. The Queen's advisor, Tylus, has asked to speak with you.
Put her through.
Hear what she's got to say.
Galvin and Sidron are still with the Queen. I've enlisted help to gain access to the room they have under guard. I don't have much time.
I'm not supposed to leave my post.
It's only for a moment. I so appreciate your help.
Okay, she's gonna wait to check the...
I'm sending you a scan.
What the hell is that? See the scan data.
Tylus, if we needed to gain access to the mines on Tau, is that something you could help us with?
I suppose it wouldn't be easy, but I have to go.
Tylus.
Can we reconnect?
Nope.
Sorry, Captain. We've lost all contact.
Damn it.
We can only hope she escaped without harm.
It was hard to tell.
I think she knows what she's doing.
Tylus wouldn't have offered to help if she didn't know what she was doing.
That's a lot of faith in someone we barely know. Let's see the scan of whatever the hell that was.
Beep, 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 bop, boop, boop, bop.
Tylus
Let's
suspects
see.
this came from the mines on Tau.
Console.
It appears to be of ancient origin, but the markings are unfamiliar.
Fascinating.
We can run a full analysis when we get back to the Resolute. But if this came from the mines, then it might be the key to
Start
how they
playing
got
my
the upper
com
hand
badge
against
there.
the Illydians.
Then we have to go into the mines.
The Federation
mines.
will not allow that. We were, after all, sent here to be a neutral party in a peace negotiation.
That's true.
However, we could demonstrate that the Hotari have acted in bad faith, which would enable us to investigate the mines on Tau with full justification. But of course, we would need conclusive proof before taking action. Otherwise, it could put us in a difficult position.
The Federation doesn't have to
The
know.
Federation doesn't know won't hurt them. If I do it right, nobody will know I was there.
Commander, I'm surprised at you.
We may have a better understanding once we analyze the device. But a mission to the mines, covert or otherwise, is not out of the question. And I will handle the Federation.
Thanks, Spock. Fuck yes. It likes the fact that
As I was telling
Spock
Carter,
is, yeah.
I want all the data I can get on this warp problem. And the negotiating team's shuttle has been recording data all the way back from Hotari.
Containment protocol.
Even better than our probes. So pull the sensor and engine ISOs from the Melville when it sets down.
Will do.
Okay. Kadoosh.
I'll join you and Chovak down in engineering to run another analysis after the briefing.
I didn't like this warp problem when we thought it was some astronomical anomaly. And I like it a hell of a lot less now that we know someone is doing it to us.
Mm-hmm.
How does it work? What do we even do about it?
Find the off switch.
Pull these chips and find out.
Took some damage on the way. That ionic interference scored the hull plating. Might be some micro welds. Let's try pulling together.
All right.
Okay, let's try it.
3, 2,
2, 1.
It won't budge.
Okay.
Gotta be the storm damage. We need to... Welcome back. Any excitement down on the surface?
Excitement? No. Nothing like that.
Hey, can you hand me the EJ7 interlock? From the toolbox.
I don't know what that is.
Not much use for one on a security detail, huh? Carter?
Yeah, I'll get it.
What do we need? I forgot. Yeah, she's acting a bit weird there, isn't she? Be professional.
Okay, I'll apply pressure while you decouple the panel.
Oh. Okay. Yeah.
Here, I'll help.
1, 2, 3, gear pull. Gear pull. There you go. Kaplunk.
We've got this.
Open up and say ah.
Thanks for the hand. We have to get these isolinear chips down to engineering.
No problem. You really know everything about these ships, don't you? The
Yeah.
tools, the systems. Like a walking Starfleet technical manual.
Engineering cool now.
Security was the detail to be on. Now all of a sudden you're interested in engineering?
Just the engineer.
Come on, start pulling chips.
Okay. Yes, you do. Let's do it. Oh, left trigger, okay. You decided to change it up. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh! Dang it. Hello, hello, hello. What's that?
Some kind of crystal formation?
Take a look. Where is it? There. Oh.
Whoa. This substance is a quantized spin crystallization of hydrogen, carbon, and lithium. It's emitting tetrametric pulses at an interval of 3.8422 seconds.
Quantized crystallization isn't natural. I mean, it's only theoretical as a means to engineer matter on a subatomic level.
Curious.
What's it doing in there?
Can I run our spectral analysis on it? I wouldn't pick it up. I mean, I shouldn't pick it up.
Wait. Regulation 364, subsection 9.
What?
Regulation 364, subsection 9 orders that in the case of an unknown foreign substance infiltrating a sealed system, it will be placed in secure confinement before further examination. Retrieve a containment module.
Okay.
Don't you think we're more equipped to deal with whatever this is?
No. Before anything else, this is a security issue. You don't even know what this is.
Which is why we need to study it.
Once it's contained.
Well, if it's not natural, then someone might have put it there. It could be a tracking device. Some kind of sabotage. Or even a bomb.
Oh, you never know. See,
we need to get it to the containment lab.
Come on.
I can't make an exception. Not even for you.
I'm still going to report these crystals to Commander Westbrook when we send the shuttle data.
And I will inform my superiors. I'm taking this just as seriously as you are.
Okay.
But I overheard talk about the warp disruption on the shuttle. Now these crystals?
No, we just found a crystal now.
Maybe this situation is more than we can handle with just a science vessel. We could trigger a distress call. Get Starfleet to send more ships.
But then if we get more ships in the system...
I could send a message to my old CO on the Adirondack. Get some combat-tested vessels. We shouldn't do this alone.
If you think you can.
Wouldn't be a bad idea. If you think you could do it without getting in trouble.
I'll find a way.
Be very careful.
Yeah, I'd be careful too, because I mean, we've just found a crystal inside the damaged shuttle. And we're containing it. We've decided to contain it. Beaming it into the containment unit.
Get this to the containment lab. We'll get it set up for you. I'll let you know when it's safely confined.
Oh, we'll be there.
Last thing you want is to study this down in main engineering and have it explode next to the warp core.
She did seem a little... Oh, okay, maybe she is still normal.
Almost
Okay.
forgot.
Can't have that.
Her eye cornea was a bit dodgy there. I'm like,
and I thought she'd gone cold on you.
Yeah, so did I actually.
Like she might have changed her mind.
I tried to
be
be professional.
This whole situation has her spooked.
Oh
Maybe
yeah.
she knows more than us.
She did
Or
seem
it's 'cause this
off.
all happened
Yeah.
so fast.
Yeah. There was something a little off about her.
Like that talk about sending a distress call? That was pretty out there.
Yeah, I didn't.
Although, you didn't seem to think so. She was probably just thinking out loud. I'm sure she'll come to her senses.
Yeah, we just gotta be
Has enough
careful.
complications stacking up.
Now, we'll get through it. You, me, and Miranda too.
See, I like Carter.
Commander Rydek was able to work behind the scenes during the negotiations and made contact with a representative from the Hotari delegation named Tylus. She mentioned an unusual artifact of unknown origin being held under tight security within the Hotari Palace, which she believes came from the mines on Tau. Now, this artifact might have a connection to the revolt, to the storm, and to the warp disruption we now know has been targeted at the Resolute. Commander Rydek, if you want to take it from here.
Of course.
Let's have some fun.
Tylus managed to infiltrate the heavily guarded location within the palace and sent us these scans using my tricorder. It appears to be some sort of control panel, possibly connected to the warp disruption weapon, originating on Tau. Of particular interest is this symbol, which we couldn't identify the origin of.
The
No
Federation
idea who.
database has records from a vast number of civilizations. If anyone from Starfleet has come across this before, the system should recognize it.
Cross-referencing with Federation records.
I don't think there's gonna be a...
Define symbols from Federation database with a 90% probability of match or higher. Select a symbol to further analyze.
Okay. Not a flame. It's not that. I would say... Could be that, maybe? I don't think it's a match. No. No match. It's not. Didn't think it was. So we've got to try and compare. See it. Might be a fire. There is some. It is a match.
99.2% match.
Got it.
Ooh. Okay. The Deccan Empire.
So, what are we looking at?
From Next Generation, from Season 1.
This is a glyph associated with the ancient Deccan Empire. Their civilization collapsed over 600,000 years ago, but once spanned millions of systems with a population numbering in the trillions.
Fascinating. The Takan were once the most advanced, most powerful civilization in the galaxy.
Is it possible the Hotari found Takan technology?
A very high probability.
They know what they have.
Our knowledge of the Takan...
I've heard of the Deccan Empire.
I have only encountered passing references to them.
Actually, I've heard of the Takan.
You have?
Quite impressive, Commander.
Computer, summarize the Enterprise D's discovery of a Takan
With the Icon outpost, yep.
On stardate 41386.4, the
Captain
USS
Jean-Luc
Enterprise
Picard.
D, under the command of Captain Jean-Luc Picard, discovered a Takan outpost in the Delphi Ardu system. According to the mission summary, an unbreakable energy-draining field was deployed against the Enterprise and a Ferengi ship. The Enterprise was only able to escape after negotiating their release with an entity known as
Portal 6-3.
Guardian of the Takan Empire.
Unbreakable energy draining field. It starts to make sense.
What else is there?
There's a lot here. Let's take it piece by piece.
Select the aspect you wish to learn more about.
Well, the Guardian first, Portal 6-3.
Someone from the Takan Empire is actually still around.
Or at least was, 16 years ago.
Computer, what other information do you have on Portal 6-3, Guardian of the Takan Empire?
The entity known as Portal 6-3 is
Because
a
Riker
well-known
spoke to
ancient.
him.
A biped humanoid, he was unaware that the Takan Empire no longer existed at the time of the encounter. He was able to control the crystal-based technology of the Takan outpost through apparent telepathic
It's very
means.
similar
It
to
was
the
by his
crystal
choice
thing.
that the Enterprise was released from the energy draining field after Commander William T. Riker of the Away Team argued on behalf of both Starfleet and the Ferengi.
Telepathic control of their technology.
As I have said, they were the most advanced civilization in the galaxy.
And then obviously we can have a look at the...
There appears to be some sort of restriction order from Starfleet. Computer, explain this restriction.
A Starfleet directive similar to General Order 7 forbids entering the Delphi Ardu system or attempting to make contact with Portal 6-3.
Starfleet doesn't throw up a no trespassing sign for just anybody.
I suppose it
Raising
makes
more
sense
questions.
considering what happened to the Enterprise D.
Okay. So what about the Enterprise itself?
The technology to capture and hold the Federation flagship would have to be unbelievably powerful. Computer, what else can you tell us about the energy-draining field the Takan used?
Indeed.
The Enterprise D was unable to break free on its own. The precise nature of the technology was never fully understood. Only that the crystalline technology used was beyond the comprehension of then-current Starfleet science.
The engineering team found a quantized spin crystal.
And that's what I was just gonna say. The crystal was found inside the shuttle.
Tetrametric radiation coming from it.
We have Takan technology on board right now?
We might. I'll run a full analysis in the containment lab.
Because we contained it, yeah. So that's just well we contained it, didn't we?
What sort of planet is Delphi Ardu 4?
Delphi Ardu 4 is an
Class
M-class
M.
planet, a barren rocky world with little to no vegetation and frequent ion storms.
Ion storms?
The giant crystals that grow there absorb energy, but it is not understood how they do so. The entire Delphi Ardu system, consisting of 11 planets, was considered completely uninhabited until the encounter with Portal 6-3.
Frequent ion storms. That can't just be a coincidence.
Oh fuck no.
The Illydians should have crushed the revolt. But if the Hotari have Takan technology and can control it, I see why they're willing to negotiate peace. For all we know, this could be just the beginning.
We need to go.
And we're
Let's
up
not
against
let on
something
what
greater
we
than
know.
can imagine.
Well, let's say The Hotari have a big advantage at the moment.
This kind of power in Hotari hands, it could be dangerous. For everyone.
Agreed. Which is why we should find a way to neutralize it if we can.
If it helps, we've been able to triangulate the source of the ionic interference and warp disruption to a specific mine on Tau.
Oh, that's a bit of a
Engineering
boost.
used the latest data from your shuttle to pinpoint its origin. There.
So we know where to look.
We need to know what's down there. What the Hotari are hiding. To better understand what we're up against. And to neutralize it if we can.
Captain, embarking on a mission to the Hotari moon would not be viewed favorably by either side. However, given the circumstances, we are entirely within our rights to defend ourselves.
Agreed.
I just want to make sure this doesn't blow up in our faces. Which is why I'm thinking of sending Commander Rydek on a covert mission to Tau.
Alright, just remember to refill up on your,
Assuming you're up to the task. It would require absolute secrecy. And obviously, it's not without risk.
I'm always ready.
I'm ready for action, Captain. Just say the word and I'll be there.
I'll admit, I wish I could go myself.
Nah, you don't.
I'm hoping Tylus can accompany you. The priority is to avoid detection. It's a calculated risk. The last thing we need is to get caught and then blamed for violating our neutrality and aggravating an already tense situation. We can't afford any mistakes, which is why I've chosen you.
It's a risk we have to
It's
take.
a risk we have to take. We need to know what we're up against.
Agreed. And of course you'll have the full support of the Resolute throughout.
We must take every precaution.
Precaution, yep. I agree.
Get in touch with Tylus and make the necessary arrangements as discreetly as possible.
Bridge to Captain Solano. The Illidians have moved additional ships to the edge of the Hotari system. Current heading is straight for the homeworld.
Understood.
It would seem we no longer have the luxury of waiting. In that case, may I suggest you and I return to Hotari Prime?
To distract them, I guess.
We'll provide Commander Rydek as much time as possible to complete her mission.
Agreed. We'll hail the Queen's delegation from my ready room. We all know what we need to do. Dismissed.
Get your butts in gear and let's go already! Rolling, rolling, rolling. Lost and found.
Petty Officers Diaz and Edsolar, where is the crystal formation that you found in the shuttle? I have tasked Ensign Calloway with performing a full analysis of the tetrametric pulses.
Security brought it to the containment lab.
I was just there. They don't know anything about it. Security never checked it in.
Oh.
Miranda never got there?
She's the one that had the crystal formation?
Yeah, her and the rest of the security detail from the negotiations.
Use Colin badge.
Diaz, Tamaris.
Use Colin badge.
Carter Diaz to Miranda Maris.
Something's not right.
Commander Westbrook to Petty Officer Miranda Maris. Respond.
Something's not right.
She's still on the ship. She has to be.
Computer, locate.
Computer, locate Petty Officer Miranda Maris.
Petty Officer Miranda Maris is in the isolinear storage array on Deck 5.
I'll go find her.
Good.
I am sure Mr. Diaz can attend to this on his own.
He's like, ah, don't worry. Carter's got this. Carter's got this, guys. Oh, why is it dark? It smells like a trap. But where's the containment? It's sticking a wee tar and I don't like it. Okay. Find Miranda. Examine the server.
Someone improperly pulled these isolinear chips.
Really? Someone's been pulling out more isolinear chips. Could the crystal have exposed them?
Who did this?
Well, it's a bit obvious. Well, under reasoning, Miranda might be under an influence. Enter silently. His scar's getting a little bit, you know what? I'm gonna go and check the centerpiece. Nope. Okay. What about the other side? Okay, no, I guess I'm going up. Let's go. I have a bad feeling about this. Don't you guys? I don't like this. First person view. Okay, we're up in the upper level. What else is there around? Is there anything around I should be aware of? I have a... Mere isolinear rods. She's yanking out the rods.
What the?
What's she doing?
Oh, it's just you. I'm
What?
busy right now. Why don't you come back later?
Expecting someone else?
What's the matter? Were you worried it was gonna be someone else?
No. I mean, I'm glad it's you. But I'm through here, so I can't stay and chat. I have other things to do. Sorry you came all this way for nothing.
Where are the
Hold on a
crystals?
second. Commander Westbrook said the crystal formation we found in the shuttle never made it to the containment lab. He sent me to find you.
I don't know why he'd say that. I brought the crystals to the lab myself. Whatever he
Lie.
told you, he got it wrong. All I know is where I left them.
Westbrook wouldn't lie.
Westbrook wouldn't lie about that.
Are you really so sure?
I just said he wouldn't.
Then maybe he's mistaken. I don't know. Look, I appreciate that you came to check on me, but I'm fine. You worry too much. We're on a starship.
This isn't
Nothing's
personal.
gonna happen to me here.
It's not the only reason I'm here. I need to know what happened to those crystals.
Will you drop it? I don't like being interrogated, Carter.
Hey, wait up!
Yeah, someone doesn't sound right. She's behaving very odd.
I'm getting some very mixed signals from you right now. I'm sorry. I'm under a lot of stress right now. Just tell Chovak or whoever I don't know where the crystals are, and let me go about my business. I know we have some things to figure out. I don't have time to
You're
spend
hiding
around to
something.
debate with you.
You're hiding something.
I don't know what it is, but you're hiding something. What's in that storage drive?
It's secure data. It doesn't concern you.
Miranda, hold on.
No. Get out of my way.
Whoa! Yeah, that's not normal. Go for the case. Uh-oh.
So I see you found each other.
You were taking so long, the commander sent us to see what the problem was. Diaz, you were sent here with specific orders, and fighting your crewmate wasn't one of them. What the hell is going on here?
Let's just let them explain.
I'd like to hear that, because I know what it looks like.
She attacked me.
That's ridiculous.
And tried to get away with this. She was copying data onto it. I caught her in the act.
This drive is unauthorized.
Mm-hmm.
There are ISOs all over the floor.
And that's why I was in here, investigating this situation. And when Carter came looking for me, we got our wires crossed. It wasn't anything more than
Where are the crystals?
Even if that was true, it still doesn't answer what happened to the crystal formation that she took. And she isn't helping.
I can't tell you what I don't know. I brought them where they belonged, and that's where I left them.
I don't know what's going on here.
Mm-hmm.
I think we need to call it into security.
Yep.
She can explain herself in the brig.
Hold
yes.
on. We don't need to put this on anyone's permanent record. Miranda, maybe you're feeling out of sorts and we should head to sickbay so the doc can check you out?
Yeah, I haven't felt right since I came back from Hotari. I think I should see the doctor.
You two know her? If you really think she's not well, we can take her to sickbay first. But what I know is this is a security breach, and we should treat it as such.
Please, just let me go see the doctor.
She did have a bumpy ride back on the shuttle. Come on, Carter.
Call security would be a bit
This is Petty Officer Diaz. I need a security team to Deck 5.
This is unbelievable.
Yeah, I feel that's the way she's behaving. I think I made the right call. Something's not right at all, so. I think I did right. You guys could agree with that or not. Okay. Perfection, we've landed. Ha! The eagle has landed. What lies beneath? What great title. But I think we are going to wrap it up here because we are now at this point. I think it's a good point to stop. It's good that everyone is a little bit better with us right now. Primarily says it's all about the acquisition of fuse center to the brick. Yeah, there's a lot of characters going on, and I think this is actually quite a good point. Where do we get to? I have X in main menu. Or exit the game. So let's. Hopefully it's saved. So, I think that's a perfect point for our Star Trek Resurgence